Today I am going to share my love for the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer, which I've mentioned a few times in my videos since I got it, which was, you know, one to 2 months ago. I picked it up at Ulta on a whim because it was kind of in the back of my mind because I had heard goth makeup artist rave about it, and then I saw an old Jessica Harlow video where she just uses it instead of foundation wherever she needed coverage, and I was like, yeah, that's a great idea. And more and more, you know, I try to just use foundation so sparingly, or I'll just skip foundation and use concealer, and then I got a hold of this stuff, and you know, it goes on so nicely on your skin due to the texture and the blendability of it that it can kind of replace your foundation. Alright, we're going to start the demo in a second, but just to like kind of give you the rationale for all of this, since I've been using just the Fit Me Concealer along with a little bit of brightener, and you'll see that, I like this better than my Maybelline True Match Lumi, or I'm sorry, L'Oreal True Match Lumi. I like how I feel like my skin is breathing more. I like the look of it. I think it is so incredibly natural, whereas you can sort of feel the Lumi as the day goes on, and this you can't, you really can't. And I think we get so caught up in seeing just perfect images, and we want to look perfect too, because we think that's normal, we think that's expected. It's like you can't, it's so hard to convince your brain that those images you see in a magazine or even on television, in movies, that, you know, the actors and the models with absolutely perfect skin, it's hard to tell yourself that that's not real, even though intellectually you may know it's not real. Your eye is seeing something, and, you know, seeing is believing. So I find that really troubling, and I think it's nice to step back and say, okay, I have good skin, and I'm sure you do too. So, as I look in the mirror, do I really have good skin? I'm 35 years old, I'm not perfect, I have a lot of sun damage. Luckily, I don't have acne issues, and if you do, you might need heavier coverage. But really, like, ask yourself, maybe my skin's okay. Maybe I don't have to go with the full face of foundation. And when you aren't using the full face of foundation, you don't have to work as hard to add back the bronzer and the blush and the highlighter to make yourself look normal again. You know, you already have the look of natural skin when you're just kind of fixing those imperfections with foundation. Okay, so this is how I use Maybelline Fit Me. Here you go. Okay, I'm using the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer in shade 25, the NYX HD Concealer in yellow, and the Sigma P88 Flat Top Angled Brush. So, I just dot this under my eyes, on the bridge of my nose, around my nostrils where I have redness, chin, and forehead. Mainly I take it out here because I have some sunspots, discoloration, whatever they are, and then I'll usually add a little more right here where there's really more freckles and sun damage, and that was just, you know, one dip out of the concealer. So, and as always, I use the brush and my fingers kind of in conjunction. I just think, I don't know if I'm doing it wrong, but I can't get the perfect oneness between a product and my skin unless I pat it in with my fingers to make it just completely invisible. I couldn't not use my fingers. But I do like this brush. I like it for concealer. And you know, I'm a slow blender. I just kind of keep going until it's all done, until you can't see it anymore, until it's a part of me. I honestly don't know how people can apply foundation or concealer or whatever it is in like 60 seconds. I just can't do it. I mean, I would see it and that would drive me nuts. And now I'm getting even closer to the mirror just to check. And I mean, there's no massive transformation in my skin. It's not suddenly perfect, but to me it's kind of more perfected. So that's the concealer on. And I really could stop there. I do stop there sometimes, but it doesn't take a lot of extra work to just dab this highlighter. And the yellow is a color correcting concealer to kind of counteract redness. And I put it underneath where I have eye bags, which is kind of like right here above the concealer, so that I can highlight the area that would be sort of shaded by the bags. I don't really have a lot of darkness or, blue type of discoloration under my eyes. It's the puffiness that I sort of like to hide. So I do, again, use my brush and then my finger to just pat it. And I take it right here too, where you get like those dark shadows just in your bone structure just because of your face. But I think that tiny, tiny dab of the NYX HD really has a noticeable effect on my under eye area. And that is it for my liquid products. Now I will usually do something to set my T-zone. Okay, to set my T-zone, sometimes I will use my Smashbox Halo Hydrating Perfecting Powder. This one gives you a little more coverage. If I'm feeling like my nose is really red or something and I just want that tiny extra bit of coverage, I can use this. Sometimes I use my translucent loose powder. This is the Makeup Forever, and I really kind of do like that. It feels very light, it's not drying, it melts into the skin really quickly. And I also love my Hourglass setting powder. It's the one in dim light that I use from the Ambient Lighting palette. And that's what I've been into lately because it's, the new thing that I have. And I use a small brush. This is the e.l.f. blush brush. And I just put it all around my nose because my nose is the one thing on my face that does get oily. And it just, yeah, it gets shiny, it gets oily. I don't really set my under eye area. I just have dry skin. I don't really need to do it. I mean, if a little bit gets on there, then fine, but I don't really put powder on there. I put it right here so that the product doesn't sink into those, smile lines. And I'll put this on the center of my forehead as well, which can also look a little bit shiny. Okay, and that is it. That is what I'm talking about. Just concealer, no foundation, and you just look totally natural, yet way more amazing. Now, I will just show you how I might finish up. From here, I can go on and add blush. I can add bronzer if I want. I mean, obviously, you can add anything you want. Like, this is the skin kind of done. I'm going to add a little bit of the Radiant shade from the Hourglass palette, which I have been loving as sort of a bronzing, illuminating, kind of contouring type situation. I'm really liking it. I just put it around the perimeter of my face. This is kind of a large contour type of a brush, blush brush, and it works great with this powder. And then I can add blush, and today I'm going with NARS Orgasm. I love that it kind of takes the place of blush and highlight because it has that fantastic shimmeriness about it. And these powders, the blush and the bronzer, whatever type of blush or bronzer you use, they're also setting your makeup. I mean, you don't necessarily need a mattifying powder or a setting powder or something like that, like a mineralized skin finish type of a more heavy powder, because you're going to add this stuff anyway. And I mean, why wouldn't this also kind of serve to lock things in place? Okay guys, I am back with my brows done, lipstick, and eye makeup. I did not add anything else to my face that you did not see, and that's it. That's just using Maybelline Fit Me Concealer, a dab of highlighter, and setting powders if you want. I hope you will give this look a try, and like I said, it doesn't have to be the Maybelline Fit Me, just, a nice creamy concealer that's, not too runny but not too thick. I think it will, actually, you could probably do this with almost any concealer. Whatever concealer you have, go try it, like, I dare you, and just, wear it for the day and see how you feel. It's like, it feels so nice to just have my skin breathe sometimes, and it makes me happy, and hopefully it will make you happy too. So thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate your time, and have a wonderful day.